For the second exercise, we're gonna use our smaller vertical mill, just so you guys get used to using both equipment. So it's very similar. Actually, it's the same equipment. So, but just a few things are a little different. So, first thing, speed. We're gonna read here on the speed gear all, and the X, Y, and Z we're gonna read on this one, right? So if you look here on the back of the machine, let's put it there. We can move Z, see, right there. So, and we have X and Y, just like we have in the other machine, right? So like just Z is here. So as you can see, we have the locks here for Z, and you can see that the idea of the machine is pretty simple. We just lock against that column right there on the back, right? We have the locks here in the front for the X-axis, and we have, let's see, and you're gonna find the locks for the other axis here underneath the, just like what we did before for the other, for the bigger one. All right, so where is the drawbar? How do we put in our tool in there, right? So our drawbar is actually inside of this chamber here. So you want to unlock it, get it open. So this is our drawbar. It's very similar to what we had on the other one, right? So the only detail is, let's try to put it. So like we got a tool, just like that one. Different than that one, this one has a key inside. So we have to line up the key with the keyhole of the tool holder, right? So I'm gonna put it in there, and I'm gonna rotate it until the key goes inside of the keyhole. See, it went in, and once you go all the way in, you're gonna see that the drawbar here is pushed up. So we're gonna just screw it by hand, just like what we did for the other machine. Okay, so now, how do we hold the spindle so we can get this guy tight, the drawbar tight, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually change our gear setting to low, and that's what's gonna actually do the braking for us, because we don't have any braking like we have in the bigger machine, right? So we're gonna put it on low, and now I can come and get it tighter. See? And that's enough. Good? So now we can close this. We're always gonna operate with the drawbar chamber here locked. Good? All right. So now we can look at what speed do you want to use, right? So you can see L1, L2, L3, that means L. And then we have 1, 2, and 3 here, right? And then H, you see the speeds 1, 2, and 3. Very simple, right? All right. So we have this lever to move the spindle. If we're not going to use it, we can lock it, and now it doesn't move anymore, see? So we are always going to use things with the spindle locked. Not in this case, because we put it in the chuck, and the chuck is made to hold a drill bit. That means we are planning on drilling, right? But when we are milling or facing, we want to have the spindle height locked, just so like there's no bouncing of your tool, right? But for us here, as we're gonna use the chuck to drill, then we're gonna need this movement here. So whatever movement you don't need, it doesn't matter which axis it is or the spindle height, we want to lock it, right? Just to be safe. Good? So again, if you want to use the equipment now, we have our gears where we want it to be, right? Now I can do forward, and then we see it there. And then this knob we can just move so it gets to the correct speed, right? The speed that we wanted to know, right? You want to stop, off. Let's say you want to go reverse. So you want to know which side is your cutting edge on for your tool, so you know if you want to go forward or reverse, right? Right. So this is the basics of how do you move X, Y, and Z, how you load your tool holder there, and you know. All right. If you have any questions, we see you in class.